I wish to begin my address by expressing gratitude to the Almighty and most merciful God for granting us all journey mercies to BAUCHI State from our various destinations. I also join previous speakers to warmly welcome all our highly esteemed stakeholders to the opening of the 45th meeting of the National Council on Establishment, hosted under the auspices of the government and very good people of BAUCHI State here in BAUCHI. On behalf of the Council, permit me to extend a special welcome to His Excellency Senator Bala Abdulkadir Mohammed, CON, the Executive Governor of BAUCHI State, and the Project Master of BAUCHI State. He was teasing me that he has a new name for me. He doesn't know that even me, I have a new name for him. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for the very warm reception accorded us since our arrival. In particular, we wish to appreciate His Excellency's support to our brother, Alhaji Yahuza Adamu Haruna, the Head of Service, BAUCHI State. Thank you very much. Just listening to the welcome address this afternoon, we see how much you have supported the Head of Service. Thank you very much for this. And you have enabled him make the excellent arrangements for this meeting to hold seamlessly. This indeed has given us a taste of why BAUCHI State is called the Pearl of Tourism. And by implication, it is pertinent to also point out that prior to this council meeting, the technical sessions comprising the permanent secretaries and directors in charge of establishments and related matters from all the states of the Federation, including the Federal Capital Territory, held from Monday. I wish to commend the extensive work done on the various memos by members of the technical meeting, led by the chairman, the permanent secretary, service policies and strategies office. Your Excellency, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, more than ever, the pivotal role of the National Council on Establishment in ensuring that the appropriate frameworks for managing the careers of public and civil servants and ensuring improved productivity are set up by means of approving job standards and grading, structures as well as the conditions and schemes of service. The 45th NC meeting comes at a time when the demands and expectations of government and the people for a more responsive, service-oriented, civil, citizen-focused, and better performing public service that can effectively drive national development has attained an unprecedented scale. Undoubtedly, these expectations can only be met if the pool of experienced, skilled, and competent officers available in the civil service at all levels are constantly nurtured and fully tapped for the formulation and implementation of policies and programs aimed at tackling contemporary socioeconomic challenges. In this wise, more deliberate action must be taken at all tiers of government to decimate development bottlenecks which do not promote efficiency of our public institutions and make public services accessible and economic growth possible up to the grassroots. Of course, there have been several attempts at doing this, but these attempts have been solely initiated and driven by government to achieve this feat of fast-tracking the delivery of public goods to the citizens. We need to ensure that we leverage on stakeholder collaboration, most especially involving the private sector into all our programs. Therefore, it follows to affirm that there is a nexus between efficient institutions and the participation of non-state actors to build institutional capacity so as to improve performance in the public sector. This is with particular reference to the promotion of an inclusive development process in response to the increasing citizens' demands and rising expectation of political leadership. Our experience in the federal civil service has helped us appreciate the benefits of engaging the private sector and encouraging partnerships to develop and maintain infrastructure and deliver public services more efficiently. For instance, the Office of the Head of Civil Service of the Federation has sustained intensive engagements with the brass of its stakeholders, especially the organized private sector and development partners, to implement a number of reforms within the framework of the Federal Civil Service Strategy and Implementation Plan 2021 to 2025. Our resolve to institute a steady process for grooming the leadership competences in the Federal Civil Service is yielding very positive results. This is exemplified in the Leadership Enhancement and Development Program, LEAD-P, which is nurturing a new crop of leaders. It is a strategic initiative designed to identify, develop, and equip top talents on grade level 10 to 14 within the service, paving the way for the emergence of the next generation of leaders. The program, which began with the core ministries at the federal level, is already attracting the interest of several federal agencies and indeed some states. It is worthy of note that more non-government actors are collaborating with us on this program. And so I advise states that are present here to get more information on this LEAD-P program, and please make sure you send some of your bright, very bright civil servants to join in this program. The program stands as a beacon for the future of the Nigerian public service. The second batch of our LEAD-P graduates, comprising of 118 officers, will be graduating in a few days' time. They're graduating on Friday. And I encourage, again, once more, state governments to key into this program for value addition in your various services. It is also relevant at this point to emphasize that we have in place resourceful institutions that can easily bridge skills gaps. And these are ASCON, the Administrative Staff College of Nigeria, CMD, the Center for Management and Development, NIPS, the Nigerian Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies, and PSIN, the Public Service Institute of Nigeria. I also encourage heads of service from various states to please engage any of these institutions. We have repositioned them for better and effective trainings. At the last NCE, we showed council members the work that the office is doing on digitalization. I'm proud to say that following the very extensive work carried out to put in place the required mechanisms for the smooth transition from physical handling of tasks, I'm pleased to state that the Office of the Head of Civil Service of the Federation operates a paperless work environment today. By this, I mean all the personnel and policy files have been scanned and stored in digital format. Workflow processes are now transacted within the office digitally. All official correspondence in the form of memos, internal and external circulars are processed electronically through the ECM solution. And this is one of the great milestones we have achieved in the Federal Civil Service. From the service-wide perspective, all MDAs, all other ministries, are also running with the digitalization program. And there are different stages of implementation. But they have a mandate for all to achieve full migration by the end of 2025. It is also worth adding that efforts aimed at transforming the Federal Civil Service through the digitalization of its work processes have yielded the desired results. In the process of digitalization, the Office of the Head of Civil Service of the Federation attained the International Standard Organization ISO 9001-2015 Quality Management System certification. Currently, we have developed a framework for the harmonization of Savicom Index and the ISO Quality Management Index, which will be used as the new measurement of service standards across ministries, departments, and agencies of government. The federal government has also intensified its investments in the area of value proposition for civil servants through a number of programs. In addition to the new allowance that core civil servants now enjoy, we also have a lot of programs, agripreneurship programs, where after training, civil servants get a loan from the Bank of Agriculture and they can start their own farms immediately instead of waiting until after retirement. And also at the last Civil Service Week celebration, we had 3 very, very diligent and lucky officers. One won a new SUV car, the second person won a 2-bedroom semi-detached bungalow, and the third person won a plot of land respectively. This is in addition to other initiatives aimed at boosting employee morale and also enhancing overall productivity and loyalty. And at this point, I need to say that all the 3 present were given to us from the private sector. Distinguished council members, the revised public service rules, which was approved by the Federal Executive Council, was unveiled during the commemoration of the Civil Service Week and came into effect on the 27th of July, 2023. It has brought in some new innovations into the service, such as the computation of maternity leave based on days and not just weekdays. Also, there's been an introduction of 14 days paternity leave for male and serving officers. There's an increase in disengagement allowance to 25%. We've also recognized virtual meetings in the work of the public service, and also the suspension of the tenure policy was lifted by that same PSR. And this is to check stagnation and ensure career advancement of officers coming from below. Furthermore, in our commitment to attitudinal change, the civil service has embarked on a robust change management movement geared towards making the civil service attain the new ample culture of an accountable, meritocratic, professional, loyal, and efficient service. Undoubtedly, digitalization will propel this culture in addition to serving as an enabler for undertaking a comprehensive reform of the human resource management system. It will also serve as the backbone for the effective implementation of the new performance management system. It's important for us to recall that at the 44th meeting, the Standing Committee on Schemes of Service was given some tasks. Despite the inability of the meeting to hold in Makurdi, Benue State, I am pleased to report that the committee met in Abuja in September 2023 to consider issues referred to it by the Council. The report of the committee on those issues, I'm sure, have been considered by the meeting of officials, and appropriate recommendations will be presented later today. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm encouraged by the level of participation at this council meeting. I have no doubt that given our wide and rich experience, as well as knowledge of the service structures and processes, our meeting will be very, very productive. I hear that 26 states are represented at this council meeting, and I think that is very, very good. So can we give ourselves a round of applause for being there? I would also like to seize this opportunity to welcome the recently appointed heads of service who are joining us for the first time in that capacity. It is my pleasure to welcome you and for you to join us in our struggle to place the civil service in its rightful position. It is therefore paramount to ensure that decisions that we take at this meeting and our recommendations are chaste and far-reaching, and it will be decisions that will add value to governance and guarantee enhanced performance and productivity. At this point, let me implore all public and civil servants to continue to discharge their duties and responsibilities with greater efficiency, dedication, and loyalty to government. We must all continue to demonstrate at all times commitment, competence, and excellence in service delivery to enable us regain our pride as technocrats whose abiding mission is to propel growth and development of the nation. The civil service remains the most viable instrument. I must say it is the only instrument available to all governments for the design, implementation, and promotion of good governance all over the world. It is an institution that is as old as time itself, and it will continue to exist as long as there is need for governance. In this regard, it's an institution whose relevance cannot be taken for granted. It has the capacity to adapt with ease to developments in the local and global environment, and to maintain its relevance and discharge its primary function of promoting growth and development within the socio-economic and political landscapes. As I end this address, let me once again thank the government and very good people of BAUCHI State for hosting us. To our esteemed council members, I urge you to enjoy the hospitality and serenity of the state, which is home to famous and legendary tourist landmarks in Africa and the world. Thank you very much for listening, and I wish us all very good.